Welcome to the Community Difference Plano. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. And hosted by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group. And sponsored by PBJ Mortgage, Jade Galt, Jim Thomas, Business Consulting and Funding, Fireboss Realty, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, and by Lauren Gill with My Live, Love, Travel.
The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
Good morning, Plano. Good morning, and welcome to the Community Difference Plano. It's 11:32 on a pretty traditionally hot summer morning here in the DFW area. Welcome to the Community Difference Plano podcast, firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I'm your host, Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, where we specialize in guiding your personal finance and offering tailored solutions for small businesses. We're not just about financial freedom. We're passionate about empowering aspiring entrepreneurs to break free from corporate America. So I invite you to join us on our journey. But let's get to it today. We've got a stellar show, a fantastic show. As we continue our topic, we transition from the cause-based collaboration of June now to what we're talking about in July, which is finding ways to build business together, going beyond referrals, developing strategic partnerships that create new business together. And so in order to help me do that, in order to usher in our first segment where we figure out what is going on, we're going to talk more about our topic here in our second segment, but right off the bat, we want to talk about what's going on in our community. So to help me do that, I'd like to introduce our first co-host, a native Texan with over 20 years of experience in the lending space, dedicated to making the mortgage process as simple as peanut butter and jelly. Her mission is to educate, empathize, and empower customers during the biggest financial purchase of their lives. Please welcome Jax Crider.
Hey, Nathan. How are you?
Jax, good morning to you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. We're almost to the 4th, right? Happy 4th.
Absolutely. What are you most excited about?
I have a little one, and so I like to see the reaction of the fireworks, right? Because they're starting to kind of understand, so that should be really exciting.
Yeah, we'll talk more about some opportunities for fireworks here in just a moment in our What's Plano segment. Joining you today from Team Watson Redeemers, her goal is to help families achieve financial independence through true financial education, and she provides practical advice that can be implemented immediately, ensuring families can reach their financial goals. Please welcome Debbie Watson. Debbie, good morning.
Good morning.
Man, you've been popular. You've been hosting shows left and right and been a guest on shows. This is your second time. Debbie, for those of you that don't know, is one of our co-hosts and really kind of host and training for our Frisco show. So very excited to have you as a guest co-host.
Me too.
I don't know how much more training she needs after what I saw yesterday. She did pretty
well,
good.
Sometimes you just pick it up and you go and you learn it, and that's great. What are you most excited about today?
Excited that it is one day before 4th of July, so gonna hang out at the pool and just enjoy some of the sun in the water.
I'll do that. It's going to be awesome. I hope everybody gets to do that because it's going to be fantastic. Let's bring in our first guest today from Super Paws Pet Care, the passionate owner of Super Paws Pet Care, raised on a farm in rural Quebec. So she's a Canadian. Don't hold it against her. She has a lifetime of experience with animals. She rebranded and now leads a team of experienced pet care professionals. Since 1995, Super Paws Pet Care has been providing peace of mind to pet owners. And we're excited to have Josie Noriega on the show today. Josie, good morning.
Good morning.
I feel like I might have butchered your last name.
It's Noriega.
Okay, I was close. I just missed a consonant. Okay, or a vowel. Perfect. Okay. Well, we're glad you're here all the way from Quebec, where in the pre-show we determined that it's much colder there on average than it is in Texas. What are you most excited about today?
I'm most excited to shoot off fireworks this weekend. It's
Yeah.
Another one of my passions. I really love fireworks, so we're going to do a fireworks show.
Have you had any close calls where it didn't go so well?
I almost caught my hair on fire last year, so this year I'm tying it up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. You don't want to get your hair on fire.
No.
Let's plan on not doing that this year.
Yeah. I was gonna say it'll give
If we
new
can.
meaning to your hair's on fire. Like, you know what I mean? That saying. Uh-oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, lastly, before we go to break, special guest, the Director of Development for Be an Angel DFW, with nearly 15 years in public education and a passion for helping children with special needs. She brings a wealth of experience to her role. Be an Angel's mission is to improve the quality of life for special needs children through adaptive equipment, hearing devices, and support programs. Please welcome Denise Kaufman.
Hi, guys and gals.
Hello. Gals. It's always just me and a bunch of lovely ladies. And we're working on that. We're working on adding more guys to the Plano show, but we're happy with what we have also. Denise, what are you excited about this morning?
Oh, just to have some time off and have some time with family and I think that's one of the most important things we can do is spend the time with those we love and have a little self-care so that we have the energy and mind to spend that time with others. And so that may just be kind of a mom thing, always wanting to be with your kids, take care of them. I don't know if dads are quite as passionate about that. Maybe so.
But yeah, I mean, maybe not innately, but definitely so. So, well, we're going to talk about some things that you can do in your leisure time over the 4th of July in our What's Up Plano segment. Before we do that, I want you guys to enjoy our amazing sponsors, and we'll be right back on the Community Difference Plano.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asiya Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, Scott Johnson with Fireboss Realty, and by Jacqueline Crider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Welcome back.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
Welcome back, guys. What's Up Plano? Probably my favorite segment. First Up Plano is sponsored by Voodoo Brewery. If you are looking for a fantastic spot to unwind, grab a delicious beer, craft beer, of course, and support local, look no farther than Voodoo Brewery. They're not your typical chain. The Voodoo Brewery is locally owned and operated. So we're giving back to the community when you visit. Plus, they have a huge selection of beers, including some very unique offerings you won't get anywhere else. One particular, Thunder Lizard, right? Thunder Lizard, pretty amazing. A 9.2% Monster Imperial IPA with U.S. Idaho and Cryo, Cashmere Cryo, and selected Citra from Yakima Chef, 9.2% alcohol by volume. If you're an IPA person, you probably knew what all that meant, so hopefully you do. But they also have a wide variety of other beers, delicious pub fare, and family-friendly atmosphere. We just got back from we actually had our happy hour there. It's always on the 4th Thursday. I think Jax and Debbie were there. It was fantastic. We're going to be hosting our next happy hour there this month on July 25th at 5 p.m. So make sure you come out and check that out. Okay. What's up, Plano? Lots of things are going on. I'm going to turn it over to Debbie, and she's going to share some exciting things.
Yeah. So if you have kids and enjoyed Mary Poppins like I did as a child, they are going to have a Mary Poppins the musical at the Willow Bend Arts Center there this tonight, actually. So you can be inside where it's a little bit cooler at 7:15. So be sure and go check that out. And then just a shout out in our neighboring city of Frisco, our sponsors, the Frisco Rough Riders, actually are having their 4th of July game with fireworks. So if you want some exciting fun with your family and fireworks, we have some tickets. So if you'd like some free tickets, just reach out to one of your hosts or your co-hosts. And that's all I have. I'll turn it back over to you, Nathan.
Well, Debbie, have you seen the musical before? Have you seen Mary Poppins musical?
I haven't seen the musical, and it's one of those things that I might be reaching out to my grandkids, even though they might think they're too old because they're teenagers. But it's like, hey, go spend some quality Grammy time with your Grammy, and let's go watch Mary Poppins.
I was gonna say, who doesn't love Spoonful of Sugar, guys? Like, come
exactly,
on, exactly. You get it stuck in your head for days.
Yeah. That's the only problem. They know that I'd be singing all the songs, so they would be like, "No, Grammy."
Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem?
I don't think so. I think it sounds pretty good myself, but
it's
Josie didn't.
Also,
yeah, go ahead.
Off because it's going to be hot out. It's also
exactly
hours and cool off.
Yes.
Have you guys seen the new? I guess the sequel to the Mary Poppins. Just curious. With
wasn't that Emily Blunt?
Emily Blunt,
yeah.
I think it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm assuming this is like the original. I would imagine.
Yeah,
I would think so. And did you guys ever see the thing about how Mary Poppins? I think it was Mary Poppins was created. It's such a cool story.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah, Saving Mr. Banks. It's such a cool story of like how they actually got there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So this is tonight at what time, Debbie?
At 7:15 at the Willow Bend for Arts Center.
Okay. And then all this week, you won't be able to beat the heat, obviously, but you'll be outside watching baseball. You'll get fireworks with the Frisco Rough Riders, one of our incredible partners. So, and that's starting, the series is tonight, and then it's going through the weekend. I think a couple of different.
Friday, I know, too, and I think Saturday as well.
Exactly.
Lyndon, our producer, is from Arkansas and let us know that the Rough Riders are playing 2 Arkansas teams. So I don't know.
I was going to say, so truth, Lyndon, are you cheering for the Rough Riders or are you cheering for Arkansas?
Yeah, that's a legitimate
I'll
question.
tell you when the game's over.
No. You got to cheer for our boys, man.
Perfect.
Hey,
Here's
the
our
the Rough Riders are our sponsor, so I'm cheering for the Rough Riders.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to be crushed. I'm not going to be crushed if one of the Arkansas teams wins. I mean, I can't lose. I can't lose.
That's good.
What a great position to be in. What a great position to be in. Jax, what do you got?
Oh yeah, so I wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who are shoppers like me, there is something that they host every single year. It is at the Plano Event Center, which for those of you who don't know is kind of more on the east side of Plano. They do Christmas in July, and that is going to be at the end of the month. It's July 27th from like 10 to 4:30. I believe that children are free, and I think you pay like $5 in cash to get in. And so definitely it's something you should check out. There's lots of local vendors. If you like, kind of like fairs and things like that, this is great because it's actually indoors, right? So again, beating that heat, but still is an opportunity for you to support local vendors and things like that. It's a really cool experience if you've never been, so you should definitely check it out. And that's at the end of July.
So does anybody, and I bet that's a great event, but I always like the Mary Kaliki Maka song, about Hawaiian Christmas Day. I can't get in the Christmas spirit when it's hot. Does anyone else struggle with that, or just me?
Oh, definitely.
I do too.
Do you guys remember when it was 80 on Christmas Day, like sometime in the last decade? it just sucks the life out of Christmas for me, which is, I know it's about Jesus, but so
I was going to say, I think all the time about the people who are on the other side of the equator, because their Christmas is,
I know,
in actual summertime every year. Like it's not like a one-time thing. It's a every year thing. They're having Christmas, and we sing all these songs in America about like white Christmas and like snow on the ground, and they're over here in like bathing suits swimming in their pool.
I mean, do they have other Christmas songs in that part of the world? That's what I'd like to know. Maybe they sing I'm dreaming. Maybe they sing I'm dreaming of a white hot Christmas. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Give me the next greatest hit, Nathan. You could create it yourself.
Do what?
You could create that hit yourself if it doesn't exist. I'm creating a white hot Christmas. That's what you're dreaming of.
Maybe. We'll see. That's going to require
what
me
about,
to put
what about a white sandy beach Christmas?
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
The cadence isn't quite right, but we could try to make that work. Also, shout out to Brian Podesta that just popped in. Thank you for hopping on and watching the show. Brian's one of our hosts in the Frisco show and been with The Difference for about really since the beginning. So thank you, Brian. Shout out to you. We're doing fantastic over here in Plano. So give us the dates on that, Jax, one more time.
It's going to be Saturday, July 27th, and it starts at 10 a.m. and then it goes to like 4:30 p.m. So it's not like an all-day event. Like you can come and go, obviously, as you please.
Awesome. So we do have, Debbie mentioned the 4th of July event, but I'd also like to talk about, and Lyndon, if you can, it's at the top of our private chat, if you can put that, yep, there we go, perfect. The All-American 4th of July, and we'll put the link as well in the chat. It's plano.gov, All-American 4th. It's going to be, obviously, on the 4th of July, tomorrow. Family, fun, enjoy. You can have games, food, and drinks. It's a really good fireworks show. The doors will open at 6 p.m., but you can watch it. We always watch it at Bob Woodruff Park, but you can actually get a little bit closer. I don't love having a million cars, so try to watch it a little more at a distance, but doors open at 6 p.m. Fireworks begin at 9:30. It'll end at 10. It's free. Please leave all of your pets at home so they don't freak out and eat somebody. We don't want that to happen. That's very important.
You're shaking your head like, yes, please don't bring your pets to freak them out with the loud noise.
Run away.
Have you guys been to that one before? Have y'all been to the Plano at the college?
I have.
We go every year. Is that where you're taking your kids tomorrow?
Yes, probably. A friend of mine always invites us over and we do some food at their house first, and they live like walking distance, and then we walk over.
Food is kind of a crucial part of the 4th of July experience. Yeah. So
I was gonna say, who's gonna eat a hot dog tomorrow, y'all? Like, raise your hand.
Exactly.
Well, sometimes
a hot dog.
Sometimes I love the fireworks and the festivities and the food and family and fun, all the F's. But I think so. We got to remember that the biggest F of all is freedom. That's what we're celebrating. So let's make sure.
I was hoping that's where you're going, Nathan, and not somewhere else. Just
let's not go.
This is a kid friendly show, okay, Nathan?
I was getting very confused and nervous.
I was like, Nathan, where are we going with this, buddy?
I don't know if you guys go to church, but y'all need to repent on Sunday, because I wasn't even thinking that till y'all brought it up. So shame on both of you. I was talking about freedom and our amazing founding of 1776. Good Lord. Just totally
talking about even the dog's not going. I mean, my dog will be scared all night long anyways. So I would never take her to fireworks, because we have them around us enough that she's shaking and I have to give her CBD to calm her down. So I don't like 4th of July for my little puppy.
Well, and I will say that have a little bit of understanding for your veterans on 4th of July, because for a lot of them, this is a really hard holiday because of the fact that it brings a lot of PTSD stuff. So like on that side, if you're seeing somebody who's struggling a little bit, like don't
fireworks side, you know about specifically the fireworks?
Yeah, the fireworks specifically.
Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, we'll go to break here in a few minutes. Before we do, one of the things that last things I wanted to discuss and share with you guys, and hopefully we probably, a lot of our hosts and co-hosts probably experienced this or have been a part of it, but one of the best ways to beat the heat is obviously spend some time at the pool. Do you guys have pools? Anybody have a pool at home? Okay, so we'll have our next event at Jax's house. But in the meantime, Plano has some phenomenal pools, some phenomenal recreation centers that you can check out. Carpenter Rec Center, Jack Carter Pool. Check this out, Lyndon. I think we got a picture of this. We discovered that this is only part of it. Jack Carter Pool has a lazy river. It's got a surfing, those surfing things that you can practice your surfing on. I'm too old for that. I'll probably hurt myself. But it's got a lazy river. It's got sections for kids, toddlers, obviously the slides that you guys see here. And it's we discovered it last year. Didn't know it was there. Jack Carter Pool. And then, of course, they just remodeled Oak Point. There we go. Last year it opened with the wave pool, and inside, of course, with the rec center. My kids just went to different types of classes there. There's a gigantic Olympic-sized pool that you can do all kinds of things in. And I'm naming a few: Tom Mullineck Recreation Center, Liberty Recreation Center. All these rec centers have pools. The Harry Rawlinson Natatorium. Do y'all ever have something that you feel like you should have known your whole life, but you just now learned it? The word natatorium is that for me. I didn't know that meant
it's such a weird word. The first time I saw it, I was like,
well, I guess it's nat, like from nautical, maybe the Latin for what, I don't know. Maybe it's Latin. I'm assuming that's where it comes from. But
I was going to say the water auditorium. Is that why?
I thought it was a group of people drinking really cheap light beer together, but I guess that's not what it is. So apparently you just swim for an extended period of time. So
that's where a bunch of rednecks hang out and drink natty light, isn't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I think doesn't natatorium, doesn't that mean that it's inside?
It is, yes. I
think that's what it denotes.
The torium part, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like auditorium.
Do you know that Jack Carter? I grew up like literally around the corner from Jack Carter, and we used to go all the time. And it was so cool when they updated it.
What was it? Just a pool before?
It was just a regular pool, like Olympic-sized pool with a diving board.
Yeah, it's actually. I mean, it's fantastic. So here's what's cool: all of these pools are free if you're under 3 years old. They're $3 all the way up to age 15. If you're 16 or older, they're only $6. So it's pretty amazing. But you can get a membership to the pool.
I think you could have a membership. Yeah.
Yeah, it's $49, I believe, for the month. That's actually just not for the pools. That covers the rec centers. That covers everything. So you can do a monthly recreation for your whole family. And I promise you can't find that at any health club, especially ones that we won't mention here by name. So take advantage of that. We'll be out at Jack Carter probably tomorrow or the wave pool. I haven't decided, but come out and see us, beat the heat, check out some of the great fireworks shows. And you'll probably see Jax or Debbie or any of us out there with our kids. So let's go to break. When we come back, we're going to dive into our topic. Really, I'm very excited about this because it builds off of last month's topic in the previous month. So we're going to talk about beyond referrals, developing strategic partners that create new business together. Stick around. We'll be right back on the Community Difference Plano.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you. Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home July 9th through 14th. The weekend opens with First Responders Night presented by Peak Roofing and Construction on July 12th, Texas Monthly Barbecue Night on the 13th, and Bluey Theme Day on the 14th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the AA affiliates of your Texas Rangers.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back as we dive into our first week of our July topic, Beyond Referrals, developing strategic partnerships that create new business together. I want to start off twofold. One, when you think about developing strategic partnerships, what does that mean to you? And two, why is going beyond just referrals coming in? We're not against referrals, right? Everybody loves referrals, but why do we want to go beyond that? What is the danger of just being too referral dependent? Let's start there.
So I'll say that you definitely want to create resources that give you leads as a company without you having to depend on other parties to give you those leads. Like in the mortgage space specifically, we've seen that challenge as things have shifted, and people who have been only dependent on referrals from other parties, it's been very difficult the last couple of years as mortgage has slowed a bit, right? And so you want to make sure you're creating a better stream of business through multiple sources, through multiple collaborations, as opposed to just like one, kind of pigeonholing yourself, if that makes sense.
It does. So what you're talking about is the need to shift from just a referral dependency to being more proactive in the community. Let me ask you, Jax, you mentioned, you've been in the mortgage space for 20 years, and,
Yes.
and you talked about you just talked about it changing, kind of slowing down, which is circular. I mean, cyclical
Sure.
is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the proactive approaches that you take that positively impact your business, client relationships, whatever, to where you're not just having to wait on referrals all the time?
Right. So we do a lot of education to the direct to consumer, right? Via like all kinds of things, social media, we do classes and things like that. So we're trying to be involved in our community. And then we do try to collaborate and use strategic partnerships that are maybe outside of the normal realm of what people would think to be able to grow and expand that business. A lot of people don't sort of think outside the box. They just think A to B. And that's not necessarily the most effective way to grow your business proactively, right? Because you don't want to be dependent. Like if you only are dependent on this one stream and then all of a sudden that gets cut off for whatever the reason is, then you're kind of up a creek without a paddle and your business is going to fail pretty quickly.
Right. And I like your point of, even when you mentioned social media, of using strategic, even in your social media, I think is super important. With the partnerships that we have with the Community Difference and having our sponsors that we have, we've had tickets. And so I've been able to utilize those tickets on different platforms to make new connections to people that I wouldn't have met just by that. And I know, Denise, you shared with me some of the ways that you have tried to use Facebook as more outreach, even for your business. Can you kind of share kind of things that you've done to collaborate and use the Facebook type recruiting or focus on what your needs for your organization?
So one of the ways that we find families, special needs families to serve has been through actually going to the children's hospitals, going to the clinics, going to the school districts, meeting with all the special education folks, nurses, diagnosticians, presenting our services, and hoping that they will make the connection between the families who they see every day and our services. I don't know, it just dawned on me, I ought to see if there's any Facebook groups for special needs parents or special education teachers, or, just people that I would be wanting to know about us. And man, I opened a can of worms. There were hundreds across the state. There were still a lot in this area. And so I went through, looked at how many members were in each one, kind of what the groups were about, picked about 50 to try to become part of. And now I'm posting once a week about our services in each of those groups. Takes me about, an hour, a little longer to post in each one of them once a week. And honestly, we're getting more applications from that than we still do the going out and making sure, the people working with them know about us. But this is like directly sometimes to those families, and my email box, it just floods every time after I post each week. So that was something we had not done before, that we started doing. And then also, working with others around you. We're all competing for donors' dollars, but if we all collaborate as well and find ways to help one another, then maybe we really can fulfill some of these gaps in our communities, that we're trying to solve problems in. Miracle League is a really great organization that provides sports opportunities for special needs children. And I reached out to them and, listened to what they do. They listened to me. And so we ended up, they shared our services with all of their families and their contacts. They let me come out, set up a table at a game, hand out brochures to families, and then I did the same for them. And so, because they're not doing what I'm doing, right. I'm not doing what they're doing. And so it's a little bit different running a nonprofit, but it still is sort of a business. And so
absolutely.
You still have to run it like one.
All those things. And so I just think, if we all find ways to work together, things just get solved in a bigger realm than if we're doing it individually.
I was gonna say one thing that I was gonna point out, and Josie, I'll tag you in on this. Like, I think sometimes finding people that are outside of your space, and what I mean by that is like, for instance, Josie and I would not necessarily be natural referral partners. Like, she's in the pet space, I'm in a mortgage space. Like, how is that going to correlate? But I'm really passionate about animals. I mean, so for those of you who see when the promo thing comes up, right, that's me and my mascots, which are Peanut Butter and Jelly. That's literally their names, right? But when people move to our area, I can tag Josie and say, hey, I know somewhere great that you could take your pets. This is something that, you should check out, etc. And vice versa. Like when Josie knows people who, maybe they're looking to move, or maybe, whatever, she can say something, etc. Right. And I don't know, you agree with that, Josie? You find other ways to collaborate with other businesses that are not exactly directly linked.
Yeah. So a lot of the people that I do collaborate with are realtors, because, the families are coming in, buying houses. You have a pet, we do pet sitting. Also, like you said, mortgage lenders. And then we do have a segment of the population that we love to service. It's senior homes. So, or one of the sponsors of the show, Tracy Duff, is one of my biggest referral partners because she places folks in senior homes and sees where there might be a need for somebody, you know, getting their dog walked every day so that the elderly, the person can keep their pet and not have to put it up for adoption. So that really helps out with us. That's one of the biggest, she's been one of my biggest referral partners. It was really nice to see that it was actually sponsoring the show. I didn't even know when I came on, and when I saw it come up, I was like, okay, this is the show I need to be on. But yeah, we find some referral partners in some of the weirdest places, like home healthcare folks. Also, they're in there with the seniors. They can see if they need us to come and help out with the pets. A lot of people don't think about that, to go to people, even special needs. I do have someone that is Special Olympics. She's involved in Special Olympics, and she will refer to us all the time. This family, you know, has a pet. They need help, or they're going on vacation. Call Josie. Josie will take care of your pet while you all go do your Special Olympics thing or whatever they're doing. So it's really great. You find people all over the place that you would not even think about, and they become some of the biggest sources of referrals.
You know, one of the biggest things to keep in mind here, I think, is that, and you guys are talking about this, is the most critical component of creating new business together is bringing expanded awareness. So we do a lot of things in our own social media. You know, we talked about in May turning social media into service media. And then we talk about calls-based collaboration in June. And now we're talking about building business together, going beyond referrals here in July. So a big part of what we talked about back in May, turning social media into service media, and it also has to do with this, is really identifying, whether it be through social media, video messaging, but creating really value-driven content, explaining, you know, what are some things that people are missing that they need to understand more. And that brings awareness to the calls. That brings awareness to, I say calls, but to your could be calls in the case of Denise, but to your business, to the other person's business that you're partnering with. Jody or Josie, one for you before I jump to Denise. Obviously, you have a huge background with animal care. What are some things from a proactive standpoint that you guys are doing to make pet owners aware of some of these comprehensive services that Super Paws Pet Care offers, or just some things that they may not be aware of?
So we do a lot of education. I'm a vet tech. I have 3 vet techs on staff. So a lot of what differentiates us is, you know, if there's anybody that has a pet that has been sick or that has just had surgery or anything, we can take care of them in a way that we can educate them, help them take care of them. We're also working with, right now we're in Grandscape. We have a doggy daycare here in Grandscape. So we're trying to focus on educating the people in the building. Also, you're working from home, but you know, your pet still needs exercise, still needs time away, still needs to get out and have fun. So that's what we're doing here with our daycare. We're also helping them potty train their pets too. Some are brand new puppies that we have. We have a little tiny 12-week-old little doodle in there today, and he is learning potty training. So it's been going pretty good, actually.
How do you?
There's a lot of things you can do to help them.
That's amazing. What I'm really asking is how are you getting all that information out to the right people? Yeah.
I am a Facebook and Instagram reel person. I create reels on a daily basis, and I post them everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Everybody waits after every week. You know, let's get a reel of the daycare. Let's get a reel of the pet sitting we did this week. And so I'm very, very into those reels. They're all over my business Facebook and even my personal one. I have more pictures of pets than I do of people.
That's definitely, that's really taking a proactive approach. And obviously some of the work you do in partnership with other non-pet related industries is fantastic. Denise, for you, you talked a little bit about some of the collaborations that you have worked with, but talk about when it comes to managing these partnerships that you guys have developed, how do they contribute to the overall success and visibility of Be an Angel's initiative? Because ultimately that's the goal, right? Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Why do we want to create more business together? Because we want to elevate the awareness of both of the businesses or the nonprofit, whatever we're collaborating with. So tell me how that's affected you guys positively to make your business, your mission, your goals at a higher level of awareness in the community.
Well, I think just those groups, like I said before, sharing about us, allowing us to come out, set up a table, give out information to families, putting us in their newsletters, sharing about us on social media. That's getting the word out there to families who can apply for services. But it's also, creating buzz around us to people who might, want to be board members or ambassadors or volunteers, or we're a new chapter, been around in the Houston area 36 years, been around in Dallas, Fort Worth for 2, and we've always served across the entire state. But getting the word out beyond that Houston area was tough. So they thought, we'll open chapters, in each of the cities and have concentration areas. And so DFW was their first chapter. And I just think, by reaching out and doing all those things, you're just creating more visibility and on both sides. I wear the hat of development and I wear the hat of program management, which is finding families to serve. Development is bringing money in. And it's 2 totally different things. I'm so glad we just hired our second VFW person that's going to take over programs, and I'm going to stay development. But I just think the sharing of everything and the creating of awareness that it does gets quicker for you than when you're trying to share alone.
Yeah, Denise, do you guys, I know that you also do some fundraising, so I'm sure that helps to get awareness out too about how many times a year do you guys try to do your fundraisers, and do you have, connect with certain providers, or how do you do that?
So 60% of our money comes from events. So those events are huge for any nonprofit. And we right now have 3 events. We have a celebrity golf tournament in May. We have a Purses and Prosecco in October, which is basically playing bingo for designer purses that have been donated by like Gucci and the designer brands. And then we're having our first music event at the end of the month, at the end of July. And, just those groups also sharing about our events, helps make all of that happen. And how we go about, we're just kind of filling it out. This is the first chapter that they've opened. So we're kind of a guinea pig here in Dallas, Fort Worth. I never worked in the nonprofit world, so I'm definitely out of my element and just doing things that make sense, to me and to us, and just kind of trial and error. And I think that's kind of what it's about, progress over perfection, trial and error, do more of what works, focus on the good, and you get more of the good, or focus on the positive, you get more of the positive. So I don't know if that answered your question or not, but
yeah. Well, as we go to break here, I just want to leave everybody with some practical steps. Like when you're looking to develop strategic alliances, one of the big things is to find potential partners with complementary strengths, right? What are, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the same field. Obviously, we just talked about realtors and pets, nothing to do with each other, but obviously there's an advantage there. There's a lot of collaborative tools that you can look at, setting clear roles and responsibilities. And then always kind of assess where you're at in this collaboration. Are you getting the results that you want out of it? Review it with each of the business partners. And then ultimately, because the goal is to increase visibility to both your business, the partnership, et cetera. and really position you as an expert or an elite person in whatever industry the two businesses, the two partnerships are a part of. So those are just some practical steps to start thinking through that. When we come back, we'll go in a little deeper. We'll get to know Denise and Josie on a much deeper level. Not much deeper, just a little bit deeper. Don't want to panic them. But stick around. We're going to go to our incredible sponsors. We want to share them with you, and then we'll be right back on the Community Difference Plano.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Lavon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
To belong is one of our most basic human needs. Best Buddies International is the world's largest organization dedicated to ending the social isolation of 200 million individuals who have intellectual and developmental disabilities. We focus on meaningful one-to-one friendships, integrated employment, leadership development, and inclusive living. You have the power to make an impact, create change, and champion our mission of inclusion today.
And now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hopefully in the break you saw the power of developing strategic partnerships. A couple of shout outs to the Mesquite Rodeo this Saturday night. I'm sure they'll do some pretty festive 4th of July things as well. And on the 20th is the last home game for the Frisco Rough Riders. For the Frisco Fighters, the Frisco teams. They will be in the playoffs, so we'll have more information on the playoff schedule coming up. They have one more game on the road, and then on the 20th is their last home game. But I think we'll all be out there. Before we transition into our fourth segment, I know, Jax, you wanted to kind of put a bow on something from the previous topic.
Well, the only thing that I wanted to say is like, let's not sleep on what Denise said. And it's something that I don't do as effectively as I should, but she is utilizing these very unique kind of relationships she's building and sharing lists. And what a lot of people don't realize is to get really broad reach, besides just your traditional, social media and doing reels and stuff like that and having people share them and like them and comment them. people who already have established lists and they already have newsletters of things going out, you can really like cross collaborate on that big time, and bring people into your space that you wouldn't necessarily think, you wouldn't necessarily get in front of otherwise. So when you're trying to grow business and you're trying to look for other opportunities, we all should be more like Denise and like see that, hey, we have these businesses that align enough, right? Maybe not traditionally, but like pet care and realtors, right? And use those lists and cross collaborate, because it really can make a huge impact on your overall business.
Exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think there's always opportunity to be mined if you just think at a deeper level than just kind of the surface level where referrals hang out, basically, right? Just the referral dependency hangs out. Let's jump into our fourth segment here, and I want to talk specifically as we dive deep with our guests. We'll start with kind of an interesting question that I don't ask very often, but I really like it. And I think it's going to be really telling for both of our guests and our co-hosts as well. But we'll start with Denise. Tell me, Denise, when you look at your role, what you're doing, your call it, it's a business nonprofit, but I'm sure it's a ministry in a sense in your heart. How do you define success in your role and what you're doing?
Well, I guess the logical way to find success is when the money is there and the applications are there, at the same level, so that you can help those families. Right now we were awarded a big grant, and we have a lot of money to spend on equipment, respite care, things like that. But the hard part has been when you say that to somebody, they think, oh, we don't need to support you anymore. You've got money. Well, that only pays for certain things. It doesn't pay for, salaries. It doesn't pay for copy paper. So we're still having to do events and do all the other things. But I guess when all of that just kind of comes together, and then for me personally, it's kind of funny. I was just talking to someone that's way more known than I am, Coffee Anderson. He has a show on Netflix, Country Ever After, at the end of the month. And we were talking about success. And he was saying, well, what are you going to do when you have more applications, more kids to help than what you have money? And I was like, well, that'll be a good problem to have, because that means more people know about us. I'm reaching my goal. So we'll figure it out. And he said, but then you start having a lot of money, and that can go to your head and your ego. And so how do you remain humble? So we were having this whole conversation, and I said, I guess at the end of the day, my prayer is that I would be powerful enough to affect change in people's lives who need it. But please keep me humble enough to not have to deal with ego or, the harder things of power that can happen. So I guess for me, striking that balance is where I find success.
Yeah. Well, and you have anytime you're a nonprofit, I think the success is seeing the result of all of the business side. You started with the business side of things, the money, the funding, but then you get to look and say, okay, what change, what end result am I actually affecting? And I'm sure that's pretty rewarding.
Let me tell you, seeing a child that's 2 years old that is deaf and has never heard his mom say "I love you" or his dad say "I love you." Gosh. And we're there when they get their hearing aids put in for the first time, just to see that expression and that what happens in that moment is.
I've seen videos of stuff like that. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful. Or taking families to camp and seeing a child that's very medically fragile in a wheelchair, very little body control, be hoisted over onto a special saddle on a horse and go off on their first horse ride, or be put on a zip line and My favorite story is a dad who had a 13-year-old son that was nonverbal. He had never heard him utter a sound. We talked him into getting on the zip line, and all you could hear when it took off was wee, and his dad, I looked down, his dad was standing down there, just tears rolling down his face. And I said, are you okay? He's going to be okay. And he was like, no, it's wonderful. He said, I've never heard a sound come out of his mouth.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Wow.
Those are the real things that keep going.
Yeah.
Josie, what about you? How do you define success in your role working with our four-legged friends?
So for me, it's more the appreciation that I get from our clients. We service several senior homes, and to me, success is that person being able to keep their pet in any role that we can do. Some of them is just cleaning litter boxes, and others it's walking their dogs on a daily basis. But to see how happy they are that we are able to be there for them, and they don't have to worry, and they still have that companionship, that's a success. To see a smile on the face of the the older person. And we do take care of, in some places they're in memory care, so these folks have early onset dementia. They won't recognize us from one day to another, but they do recognize their pets. And so just see
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. We had one.
What does that say about us if we're not recognizable, but the pets are?
From one day to
I was going to say, who's more important, right, Nathan?
Yeah.
Right. There was one place that we would go. Every time I went, it was like I was meeting the older person for the first time. She would introduce herself every single time, but in the end, she was like, I don't just have you come take care of my pets. You are also friends. So she would always call and wonder which friend was coming today. And even though I told her who it was, she never remembered who they were from one day to another. But to her, it was still fun. She was getting a visitor every day. So to me, that was like success. It's also helping with her loneliness too, to have somebody. And we were all also able to detect when there was some things wrong with her. We were able to alert her family that maybe she needs to go to the doctor. She's not feeling good today. She ended up getting sick with COVID, and nobody had checked in on her, so they didn't know. So we were able to take care of that too. So being able to be there for them and their pets, and here where I am now at Grandscape, the doggy daycare, it's allowing folks that work from home, being able to let them have their pets have the whole day playing. And I have one gentleman that just started last week. He told me, I moved in last week and my poor dog has just sat there and stared at me all week long. Now she comes home, she's tired, she's happy, she has friends, because I've never seen her so happy going to daycare.
That's amazing.
Morning, and that dog just ran to us, and he goes, when I brought her elsewhere, she was kind of like a struggle having to pull her in by the leash. He goes, here, she just runs straight to you guys. She doesn't even say goodbye to me. She's just a happy dog.
We got a couple minutes before our last break. I want to pose one more question, if you guys will just kind of give about 30 seconds each, but I'll start back with you, Josie. Looking at your business, how it is now, in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, what do you see from a business development plan strategy in Plano, the surrounding areas? Where do you see yourself going? Like how is this thing going to expand and impact more and more people, more and more pets?
So right now we do in-home pet sitting, go to clients' house, but the Grandscape daycare here is brand new. This started on June 3rd, and we are loving it.
Awesome.
I see more doggy daycares. I see more, and we're not like regular doggy daycares where you have 15 dogs to one person in a room. Right now we have 6 dogs today, and I have 3 people. We're all playing together. It's very focused on the pets. There's a lot of petting, a lot of individual play, a lot of we're teaching them things, like I said earlier, potty training and all these things. So it's more for the pets to enjoy, more than just I'm in a room with 20 other dogs and either I play or I don't. So I'm seeing more hands-on daycares like this coming. I've caught the bug. I want to open more daycares.
That's awesome. Denise, 1 minute and then send us to break. Same question to you. What do you see the nonprofit developing from a business standpoint over the next year or so in Plano and surrounding communities?
Well, I hope that the word gets out more in the Plano area. we are in connection with Plano ISD, and the special ed folks there, Plano special ed parents group, Facebook group is one of them that I'm in, posting and interacting with parents. So, just creating the awareness on both sides, on development and in programs, so that more families can apply. And we hope to have events in the Plano area. A lot of our events have been in Fort Worth, and the Fort Worth area has kind of opened their arms to us. And I've got a couple of really strong board members from Fort Worth, so that helps. But we're looking for everything in Fort Worth. If you have time and you have a heart for special needs, we'll plug you in somewhere, whether as a board member with lots of time or, a volunteer with just a little bit of time. So.
Fantastic. You ended on something, you started that answer with more visibility. And I think that really speaks to our topic today of the value of developing strategic partners is that we don't have to rely solely on ourselves and our own efforts, but we do raise our awareness, our visibility in the community. And there's 1,000 different ways to do that. So hopefully you got a ton out of our topic discussion today, and also getting to know Denise and Josie a little bit deeper. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show with our rapid fire, a lot of fun, exciting, just kind of one-liner questions. I have not told our guests what they are, so this is really going to be off the cuff, and then we'll wrap up the show. So stick around. We'll be right back.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
That's right. We will wrap up the show here with Rapid Fire, the segment where I ask some pretty simple questions. Here's the rules. Just answer the question. No long detail. If we have time and we want to kind of ask you about it after the fact, we'll go back to that. If you start rambling a little bit, we'll give you the buzzer, which sounds like this. Don't take it personal. It's all fun and games. If you have something super exceptional, you might get an applause. So we'll start really easy, just really simple. I stole this question from Brian and I absolutely love it. But right now, as we speak, as we talk right here, right now, is your bed currently made?
I knew it was going to be bed. I knew it.
Josie says no. Jax is probably no. The terrible. Denise. Good Lord, got some sloppy bed makers here.
Is yours made,
Nobody?
It is. It is
Yep.
actually. Mine is
Yep.
mixed.
Mine
That's
is.
first.
Just gonna
Mine
get
is.
mess it up.
Exactly.
gracious.
That's what
All right.
I say.
All right. We got to keep going. Another slow pitch right down the middle. Mustard, ketchup, mayo, or a combination. Josie.
Mayo and mustard.
Okay. Jax.
Yes.
Ketchup and mustard.
Okay. Debbie.
Mayo and mustard.
Not a lot of. Okay. Denise.
On a burger?
Whatever.
Then ketchup and mustard, depending what it is.
Okay. I'll take them all on anything. Just put them all together. I'm totally happy with that. What is your favorite way to spend a day off, Denise, which you'll have tomorrow?
I love sports, love going to live sporting events, love live music, and love doing those things with family. So,
Debbie.
Of course, spending the day with my grandkids at the pool.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be enjoying that tomorrow. Josie.
My husband and I own a Honda Goldwing, so we like to ride the motorcycle.
Wow, that's a much more unique answer. Jax.
For me, it'll probably either be reading a book or maybe I love to swim, so like the pool, the lake, any of the swimming places.
More so in the wintertime, but for me, it's a cigar, a glass of whiskey, my good friends, and great stimulating conversation. That's what I love. If you could live in any fictional world, where would you choose? Jax.
Harry Potter.
I figured that was going to be a lot. Josie.
Same. Harry Potter.
Oh, no. Wow. Okay. Denise.
oh goodness. I don't even know. I don't watch a lot of or read a lot of fiction.
Okay. Well, it's okay. I don't either. So we're on. We'll you can pass. Debbie.
Maybe Narnia is the first thing that came to mind.
That'd be cool.
Ooh, great
choice.
answer. Lyndon.
Another answer.
Yellowstone.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's technically okay, but within the confines of the show.
Yeah.
Obviously, okay. You just don't want to get taken to the train station. That would be bad
I'm going to be
news.
the one taken to the train station. I'm not going. I'm driving.
You're going to be the Rip, the character. That's going to be you. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to go. Man, I was going to go Harry Potter, but I'm really Narnia is good. Lord of the Rings would be pretty awesome. Having some magical powers.
What about
alongside Harry Potter.
Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory? That would be a good one too.
That guy creeps me out. I can't handle that.
Yeah, that's weird.
I have
can't handle that.
I have to nod to my business. Give me the Marvel universe. Make me a superhero.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
choice.
totally forgetting
I'll say
that.
I watched a good show last night called Divergent on Netflix. Have
I've
y'all
seen
seen
that.
that one?
Yes.
With
I haven't seen the series, but I like the
I
movie.
wouldn't want to live in that world.
No,
It
that would
gets
be very bad.
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Josie, are you pre-in game or post-in game?
Well, now post Endgame because they've got a lot of series going on that are bringing things into different, universes and that. So, what's his name? Doctor Strange is getting pretty interesting, and yeah,
Yes,
so
I agree. Best concert you've ever been to, Jax?
Ooh, that's really hard. I think it was Backstreet Boys when they. Gosh, was that?
Go ahead and buzzer that if you can, Lyndon.
Yeah,
Just go
whatever,
ahead.
dude. I'm telling you, they put on a badass show. It was great.
Debbie.
Garth Brooks put on a heck of a good show when he was doing. I really liked his show. He'd run around the back of the stage. It was awesome.
You stole my answer, but that's okay. Denise.
Probably cross between I saw Tina Turner about 15 years ago.
Wow.
And wow, she still had it then. She still got it now. And then I most recently saw Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind and Fire. And every single song you were singing, like it was a lot of fun.
Josie.
I'd have to say Pink Floyd. I have seen so many times. But The Wall, Roger Waters, anything Pink Floyd related. I'm showing my age.
No, that's
They're good,
fantastic.
though.
That's fantastic. Well, guys, thank you so much for being on. Really enjoyed fantastic conversation today. Love meeting Josie and Denise. Thank you always to Jax and Debbie. Let's wrap up here. We're going to give you 45 seconds on the clock. We'll start with Josie. Josie, just share with us a little bit about what you took away from the show, and we'll have your information scrolling along the bottom here. 45 seconds on the clock, and we'll give you your final thoughts.
No, it was great to hear about everybody's different synergy partners. You don't even think about, like you said earlier, you don't think about who can be a really good referral. And I think Jax and I are going to be in touch.
Fantastic. Denise, 45 seconds to you.
You know what? Debbie definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone on thinking about some of these business, thinking about it in a business strategy way. But learned something from each of you today. You guys check out beanangel.org. Tell your special needs people around you about us. And like I said, whatever level you want to get involved, if you have a heart for special needs, we will plug you in. Next event is July 28th, Special Songs for Special Kids in the Fort Worth Stockyards. Y'all could drive over to Fort Worth. It's a Sunday afternoon, and it's music all afternoon, live music, celebrities, ex-Dallas Cowboys, ex-Texas Rangers.
Jax?
It was just such great conversation today. I love, Nathan, that you did great tie-ins, because so often, we're sitting here and we're having conversation that's amazing, but actually giving the people some actionable items is so helpful, right? It's just super helpful to be able to take it, from listening to the podcast, being on the podcast, and then taking it offline and actually implementing. So I highly encourage anybody who's listening now, and then even all of us on right now, that we should take these actionable steps so that we can continue to make sure our businesses not only grow, but thrive.
And Denise.
You mean Debbie?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Denise.
Denise, you get to go again.
Yeah.
You did so good the first time.
He was having such a good show.
I know.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this was really great. It's so funny. I've seen Josie at networking meetings, but we've never connected. So now I'm really excited to connect and just learning more about Denise. She and I are still going to be connecting after we've missed a couple of times of even face to face, but I just admire what she's doing for the children. And I'm a pet lover, Josie. But you guys gave me even different ideas of how we can collaborate in totally different realms. So I love that. It's made my brain think about even just not your typical referral person. So I love it. So.
Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for being on. Next week, we have an extremely special guest. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West will be joining the podcast. We'll have Diane. You mentioned, Josie, your friendship with Tracy Duff. She'll be on alongside Diane Castle. We'll have some other amazing guests with us, but specifically Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. He's going to take over our What's Up segment, talking about his involvement in passing legislation that specifically benefits small businesses, why it's so important for small businesses in America to succeed, right? That's why we talk about the topics that we do, because we realize that, man, it is so important for us to be successful as the fabric of American business. And so we'll be talking with him more about that and steps we can take as small business owners to safeguard against government intrusion, specifically what happened with COVID in 2020. And he's going to also stay on to participate in the rest of our topics. So huge show next week. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you're looking for tickets to any of our events, the Rough Riders, the Fighters, the Rodeo, please reach out, comment. We probably could go out, meet you, get to know you, and provide a couple of tickets to come out and hang out with us. Great show as always. Thank you to our amazing sponsors. Thank you to our guests and our co-host. You guys have a blessed and safe 4th of July. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive. We'll see you back here next week on the Community Difference Plano.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Tyler Clifton with Jay Galt, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Asia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Lid Love Travel, Scott Johnson with Fireboss Realty, and by Jacqueline Crider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.